You see the text, boys. The parlay fillet is back as there was just two juicy slabs that were rearing to get smoked by the meat boys in this one. We burned our meat last week and have hit a bit of a dry rub recently with the meat lockers, so we figured it was only best to make it a parlay fillet for the boys in this one in order to rediscover that sauce. The first leg of the fillet, we have my boy Magomed Ankalaev taking on Nikita Krylov. Ankalaev is 14-1 overall, and his one loss was to Paul the Bear Jew Craig. And every time I mention this fight, I call it the greatest submission of all time. Truthfully, the greatest comeback victory of all time for Paul Craig in a fight he was getting absolutely smashed and managed to sync up a triangle with literally 1 second to spare. So, besides that 1 second of a lapse in judgment, Ankalaev is undefeated beyond that. And most recently was forced to smoke your boy Iwan Kutelaba for a second time. We all know how that fight went down the first time, and no one was truthfully surprised with the second iteration. But for some reason, we were forced to be put back through that one. Uh, but nonetheless, Ankalaev just looked dominant as he always does in that bout. And he looks to take that dominance into this one against Nikita Krylov, who is no joke either. No shortage of experience there. And the last time we saw Nikita Krylov, he looked pretty dominant against Johnny Walker. And this is going to be his 15th UFC appearance. The first leg has to go to Magomed, though. What do you love about Ankalaev in this one, and how do you see him getting it done over Nikita?
Yeah, I think Magami is just on another level, and I mean, he showed two times in a row that the Hulk is no challenge for the Maga meat, so there was no smashing for that guy for that day. But I mean, Maga meat has just been looking so good, and Nikita, he had that nice win over Johnny Walker, but I mean, Johnny Walker pretty lackluster of one of the biggest hype trains of all time, and just really showing that he's not the person that a lot of people thought he was. But I think Magomed is the real deal, and I truly think that he's going to be a title contender very soon, and he's going to be a tough person to beat and defend your title, whoever he fights whenever he gets that title chance. But yeah, I think this is just an absolute lock. I think it's going to be a KO, TKO first round, very easy work. Yeah, I think this is just one step closer to that next level caliber fighter for him.
Yeah, the odds makers are definitely showing some respect for Magomed. He's coming in at a minus 350 favorite. And if we look at Nikita Krylov's losses, he has been someone who's been knocked out just once and has tended to lose to guys by submission. But I don't think he's seen someone with the punching power and accuracy of Magomed in quite some time. So I think that there could be some better value in the TKO KO range than maybe to be expected, simply because Krylov isn't someone who gets finished that way. But I like your thinking on that one because I think Magomed might be able to sneak a finish as well. 87% is going with Magomed. Majority is riding that KO TKO as well. So check the value on that for sure. But nonetheless, the first leg for sure, absolute lock. We're going with Magomed, and it transitions us into this meat event. The second leg of the fillet, as Ciryl Gane, minus 265 favorite, is taking on Jairzinho Rozenstruik. And Ciryl Gane is 7-0. Most recently picked up that beautiful win against Junior Dos Santos. We caught a little bit of flack because maybe we were a little bit late to the Ciryl Gane party. We thought that Junior Dos Santos might come in and make it a levels test, but Ciryl Gane really proved his worth in that fight and showed to us and everyone else who maybe wasn't fully on board yet how talented this dude truly is. So he's also picked up wins against Rafael Pessoa, Dontel Mays, and Tanner Boser, who's a legit out. So he is taking on Jairzinho Rozenstruik, though, aka Biggie Boy. And Biggie Boy's fascinating story, though, because apart from Francis Ngannou when he got slept in just 20 seconds, Rozenstruik has been able to pick up knockout finishes over all of his UFC opponents with wins over Junior Albini, Alan Crowder, Andrei Arlovsky, Overeem with just a last second meat bomb, and most recently Junior Dos Santos. So the only hiccup was to Francis. Do you think, I mean, obviously, we know we're going with Ciryl Gane, but do you think that he's going to put his lights out just like Francis did, or is Ciryl Gane going to grind out an ugly decision over Jairzinho? How do you see the second leg of the fillet materializing?
Yeah, I mean, I think Sirigan is just all around just a whole another level of a fighter. It seems that Biggie Boy Rozenstruik has that 2 second live job X factor kind of thing, and I think Gon is just too smart and too technical of a fighter. I mean, he didn't even get touched by Junior Dos Santos, and Junior Dos Santos is no joke. I mean, when Biggie Boy and Junior Dos Santos fought, I mean, Junior looked pretty good, and Biggie Boy caught him with that 1-2 lip job. So, and I don't think that's going to happen for Gon, though. I think Gon is going to do very good avoiding all those power punches, really grind them out, and then get the finish. I could see it in the early rounds, but I think it's more going to be in the later in the rounds and just grind out, tire him out, and get that TKO or win by decision.
Yeah, it's super fascinating to really just look at that fight against Overeem where Biggie Boy was getting absolutely demolished, and all the Reem had to do was survive for 4 more seconds, and he ended up getting smoked by that 2 second lip job, like you call it. So it is a testament to Biggie Boy being a threat at literally any moment in a fight, sort of like a slower, less entertaining version of a Black Beast, perhaps. But I do think Gon needs to be careful out there. Keep his defenses high the entire fight, and not give up the fight with 4 seconds to spare. And if he does, then I'm with you. I like Gon figuring out a way to get this done, whether it's by a TKO finish on the ground or just grinding out an absolutely dominant 50-45, maybe 50-44 decision where no round is close. So we're both going with Gon for the second leg. 72% Tapology is going with him as well. And if you look at Rozenstruik's 28%, I mean, there isn't even a sliver of anything. It's all brown. The only way Biggie Boy gets this done is by a KO. So Gon, if he can manage just to stay alive on the feet, he should manage to fulfill the second leg of the fillet for sure. So we'll be throwing down $120 to net 92.51. It's a comeback one for the Meat Boys in this one because while we're still chilling in the green, we got to get that little comfort sauce back, and this is a way to get it back for sure. So, any last thoughts on this fillet? I'm stoked we got to bring it back for the boys.
No, yeah, these are two great fights. This card is pretty undervalued, I feel. I'm really pumped for this card. I hope you guys are too. Throw down in the comments who you guys want, who you guys are picking, and who you guys are most excited for. We love to hear and read all of your comments. We respond to all of them. But yeah, other than that, boys, take it to the grill and get that bill.